Hello. Um, just always thought 1966 was the best year in pop music ever, and it still is. But there are three absolute horrors here, and two of them are from two of the most influential artist groups in history. The other one's a one-hit wonder who came and went. But out of the three, the one-hit wonder wins hands down. I have to admit, it is sorry you people are freezing, but it's stinking hot here today. I didn't want to dig the vinyl and bring it out here in case it got warped, so I managed to find my top 40 TUE top 40 charts from 1966. And to start the horror, Bob Dylan started the horror, The Nightmare. Believe it or not, such a great album, Blonde on Blonde. But starts out with, I like it, but it sort of stands out like like a dog's balls or something on the album. At least they put it on first to get it out of the way, and it was released as a single everywhere. Got to in the top 5 in the US and the UK. I think the highest it reached here I can see is number 10. June the 6th. Okay, and following along in August, my apologies, following along in August the 24th, June, July, almost 3 months later, an obvious send-up of Rainy Day Women, numbers 12 and 5 by Bob Dylan. It came in at the highest it made in Australia, in Sydney, on the TUE chart. There was three pop stations, so it could have been higher or lower elsewhere. It was They're Coming to Take Me Away by Napoleon XIV. My favourite of the three, my favourite, if that's what I can say, of the three. So, June, July, August. So that was almost June, July, almost 3 months up later. So Bob's way ahead on this. Sort of a precursor to the horrific records he's been putting out since 1971. No, 1970. A precursor to the horrors that were to come later. The Christmas album, Bob Dylan. This man has no shame. His banality knows no limits. So that's June, September taken care of, and for once not leading the pack, not being influential, and not setting a trend. Believe it or not, don't blow away. I've had those for a long time. It's windy now, probably coming, a storm coming. We've had cyclones up the east coast, north of here. Probably get some of that weather. And to finish up, even though this is its first mention here, it actually got to number 1 in Australia as everywhere else in the world. Mainly, I think, for the B side in this case, but here it's down in 24th of August, which is way after Bob, 4 months, more than 4 months after Rainy Day Women, comes TUE's Merit Award disc, which means it's about to go into the top 40. Easy Fever EP by the Easy Beats. They released that just before they went off to record in with Shel Talmy in London. and make a big hit. Hot Friday on My Mind. So if Michael 45 RPM watches this, he'd love these. Sydney's best-selling albums in August '66. Check it out. Three Herb Alpert albums. But the horror never ends. Sound of Music, number 1. Going Places, Herb Alpert, number 2. Whipped Cream, Herb Alpert, number 3. What Now My Love, Herb Alpert, number 5. And Tonight with Don Lane, who was a really third-rate American comedian that came out to Australia in the 60s and was the king of television, or one of 3. There were 3 kings of TV in Australia in those days. 4, actually. But he was sort of the king in Sydney, and he was on television highly successful for decades, until he got dementia. Yeah, Don Lane. But at number 4, there's actually one cool album. Aftermath, the Rolling Stones, which is probably one of my least favourite of their albums. Great album cover, the UK Australian one. But the first 4 tracks on side 1 are just gems, and after that it's all downhill and it goes deeper and deeper down that bloody hole. Anyway, but hurry up. So there you have it. Yellow Submarine was the A side. So if you really want to torture someone, like really, after you pull their fingernails out and, all the standard stuff, I'd suggest you just play Rainy Day Women, numbers 12 and 5 or 15, sorry. They're Coming to Take Me Away by Napoleon the 14th, and Yellow Submarine, ad nauseum, on repeat, ad nauseum. It's the same song. It's got that. It's like Tubby the Tuba, a kid's record or something. It's oompa music, isn't it? Really. But at least Bob Dylan did it properly. Him and the whole band were completely paralytic when they made it, and it has some sort of poetic value because they got shit-faced and recorded it, and it works. It really does work. Then the Coming to Take Me Away is a complete piss take of that, and normally that would be like funny one listen, but it isn't. It's a piss take of Bob Dylan, but it stands alone. It's the best of the 3 in my opinion, because the B-side's the song backwards. It's even better. And the worst one of all, coming in a miserable last, is Yellow Submarine, which is so obviously an attempt at doing Rainy Day Women, but they weren't pissed or even stoned. Well, they could have been stoned. Yeah, that's probably why it's not as good, because they'd smoking dope or something. Well, better hurry up. I haven't had any luck with the turntable, but I threw a few things on the local Facebook market, and I've sold a couple of small items already, and I just sold my Shure unused Shure cartridge stylus mint, still in its case, MX97X or whatever they are. But they do suit the Technics turntable, but I don't play vinyl enough to. I've been here 10 years and I haven't used them, so I've just sold it to a guy in Canberra. I'll send that off to him tomorrow, so I've made him happy. He's some nice young bloke in Canberra. And, he said he was playing a 45 a couple of days ago, and when he put it on, the diamond or whatever it was the stylus fell out of its mounting. So I said, I hope it wasn't a good 45. Anyway, I'm sort of into this selling shit on Facebook Marketplace now, but this is a good way to give up smoking. Just buy really cheap quality tobacco that doesn't burn. So yeah, folks. Oh yes, the first sale was a Beatles jigsaw puzzle, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. That went yesterday. So I might flog what's left of my Beatles shit. Just put it up. It'll sell. People just fall for that. Why can there be a Napoleon the 14th jigsaw puzzle? Okay, take care.